Hello and welcome to MFAT Coaching. I'm Megan and this is my dog Lacey. She's just chilling out with me today. This week I want to talk to you about planning as a form of procrastination and then find ways to not do that. Please stick around. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about procrastination and when planning becomes a form of procrastination or avoidance instead of a tool for productivity. So I want to start by talking about what's called the time matrix. This is something I learned from the book The 5 Choices, which I believe is part of the series started by the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And the goal, of course, is to be in Q2. Q2 is those time where you would be planning and trying to plan the productivity and thinking through what you need so that at the time that you have to do something, you have everything you need, you are prepared, you can give that presentation, you can complete that task, and it won't take too much time because you'll have already done all the preparation. But sometimes, at least for me, I have found that I have an urge to plan, like everything, like we've already done the planning, I'm really planned out, but I have a little bit of anxiety and I want to plan, and I really have learned that it is a Q3 feeling. Q3 is avoidance, and I literally realize I am planning to avoid because there's something on that to-do list for the day or for the week that I really should be doing and probably have the time to do right now. And instead I am planning because that just sounds like more fun than the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. So when this happens, I want to talk about some things that you can do. If you recognize that you are planning instead of completing work. So the first thing you can do, lean into it. Just plan. What is it that you need to plan? Maybe you're planning something else in the future. Maybe you're just using planning as a creative outlet. Lean into it. More planning is probably not a bad thing, as long as you know that you are kind of increasing the procrastination for those things on your list. If you need to plan, if that's going to ease your anxiety, go ahead and do it. Lean into it. Just be aware that we actually plan better when we are not feeling anxious. Like we can make our plans when we feel calm and feel a little bit more level-headed. Our plans actually tend to go better. And we're also more capable of having those thoughts of, okay, if this goes wrong, what would I do? So that you can have those backup plans. But most of that backup plan is easier to think about and to experience when you're already feeling a little calmer, when you're already stressed, and then you think about what could happen that can fill in that cycle of stress. But if you're in the mood to plan, maybe just lean into it and do some planning. Number 2, the second thing you can do if you feel you are avoiding your avoidance planning instead of doing what's on your list, go ahead and review what is on your to-do list, and is there anything on that on that list that you can do? Maybe not the thing that you are avoiding, but something else. See if you can still be productive on that list that you've already created. One way that I have found that helps me to do this is actually to light a candle. So if I know that I need to be focusing on something, a task, or a set of tasks. So like particularly if that task is a bit more nebulous, like email, there are times of day where I just need to go through my email and get whatever is in there done, move things around, move things out of the inbox and into where they need to go, delete emails, those things. It's boring, it's a slog. If I can light a candle and kind of focus and then tell myself I'm gonna do this for 20 minutes or maybe even just 10. A lot of times then after those 10 minutes have past, I've started it, I'm doing it, I'm able to keep going. And then last but not least, if you feel like you are planning as a form of avoidance, I encourage you to try to meditate or go on a walk. Set 10 minutes or less. But I find that if I'm able to release that anxiety that I'm feeling through other means, either through meditation. I use the Headspace app a lot. Find a 10-minute meditation, just sit right here on my couch where my dog is right now, and just let that meditation guide me. I tend to be able to walk away from that with the anxiety being eased. Or I like to go on walks. I like to walk this little puppers. She really appreciates that. But she just also makes walks fun. She makes me kind of slow down and watch what's going on around me, because she is prone to eating things on the walk, which is not good for her. So I can't just go on the walk and like look at my email and do other work. I kind of have to pay attention to her while we walk. So that is good in ways that help me ease my own anxiety. I know this video is a little different from my normal videos, but I do hope that you find this helpful. As a recap, if you find yourself planning as a form of avoidance, know that you're not alone. I do this too. But see if you can lean into it and plan something so that it's still helpful for the future you. Light a candle and see if you can focus on doing something on that to-do list, if not the thing that you are trying to avoid. And then last but not least, if it is about anxiety for you, can you meditate or do yoga for 10 minutes or go on a walk and do something that might ease that anxiety, and allow you to focus on those things that the past you already said was what you needed to do that day. If you did find this helpful, I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get a little better at doing weekly videos on this channel all about planning. So whether that planning is decorative planning, functional planning, or the psychology of planning, you'll have weekly videos from me on this channel. And I thank you so much for joining me today, and I wish you the best of days.